A long, long time ago.
This will make sense in a minute. A long, long time ago, I did a special on the Rerun Show's take on Jesse's song. In that video, I noted that there was another episode of the Rerun Show that I couldn't find. Welp, it's been found. You may recall that I did not think highly of the Jesse's song treatment, as it was mean-spirited and amazingly lowbrow. In fact, I apologize for even bringing it to your attention. Maybe this second episode will change my mind?
Saved by the Bell in outer space.
Hi guys, Screech.
A beauty contest judged by Obi-Wan. Belding, the new Miss Bayside is...
Oh, this is not going to go well. The episode starts with a classic Star Wars info dump. The year is 2002, Star Wars Episode 2 is still lingering in second-run theaters, but it is clear to the entire rebellion that George Lucas has lost his way. Unable to capture the magic of his earlier screenplays, Lucas searched the galaxy for new creative inspiration. He finally found his muse in an old Saved by the Bell script, and then simply slapped on a different title, Star Wars Episode 3, Miss Bayside Beauty Contest. Come on, man. Yeah, it sucks, but don't let this be the thing that breaks you. No Hope with Dope is next. You can cover this weird blip in Saved by the Bell history. We open with the bad guy walk, but it's a misdirect because it's a mustachioed Mr. Belding. We all know the story. Mr. Belding announces the Miss Bayside pageant. Zack accepts the challenge of turning Screech into the winner. Kevin the robot punches Screech, and Zack spins the resultant black eye to get Screech the improbable crown. With a premise this outlandish and fun, it must have been hard to do a straight parody like they did for Jesse's song, which is probably why they went the Star Wars route. The problem with this is it becomes more about the Star Wars and less about the Saved by the Bell. But this shouldn't be a problem. They flawlessly nailed the bits in the previous episode, right? Right? They've shown they can parody correctly, right?
Wrong.
Farce. Lisa's depiction is flagrantly bad. She's portrayed as Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek. Misa confused. Is this supposed to be a joke about plebes who don't know the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars? Is this commentary about how there are no black people in Star Wars? Because I'm pretty sure Mace Mother Effin' Windu exists. And this could have been a funny line for the character to say.
I want to be Miss High School, California. It's fun being pretty.
But nope, Lisa is just inexplicably Lieutenant Uhura. The treatment of Kelly is also puzzling. I see the train of thought. Hey, let's put Big Paul in a Wookiee costume and have him be the hot chick. But that's as far as the joke goes. In the Source episode, Kelly rocked the crap out of a swimsuit. Why not get Paul to go full Wookiee in a similar swimsuit? But no, it's, hey, you guys remember that this is Kelly, right? Hilarious. We'll stick with the ladies. Jessie being portrayed by the stoic Amidala is kind of a funny choice.
A beauty pageant. What a stupid, sexist waste of time.
The show mostly handles her well, until it doesn't. Again, in the source material, Jessie refuses to degrade herself for the swimsuit competition. Here, she busts into a Madonna-style thing? That's too big of a leap for parody. Is this supposed to be a spoof on Amidala's torn outfit on Geonosis? But she didn't rip off her own shirt, a monster did. Is it riffing on actors choosing to show skin for the nerds? The fact that we don't know doesn't speak well to the production value. The last lady to discuss is Zack. That's right, Zack is portrayed as Obi-Wan Kenobi and is played by Ashley Drane. The character is as inoffensive as the show gets, but I thought it interesting that Ashley Drane would later go by her married name of Ashley Eckstein, who some of you may know as the voice of the Clone Wars Ahsoka. Slater's portrayal pisses me right off. It's Yoda. We know Yoda. As a reminder, the whole premise of the Rerun Show is that it uses unaltered lines from original scripts, but they can place these whole lines wherever they want. But this is a problem for a Yoda character.
A beauty pageant. What a stupid, sexist waste of time.
Not if you're in a teeny bikini, Mama.
Yoda famously talks out of order.
When 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not.
It's like someone went, hey, Mitch Silpa can do a Yoda voice. Let's dress him up as a booger. That's funny. There is one kind of funny scene where Yoda gets a lightsaber boner and then tries to hide in shame. But this was a gag 25 years too late, as Spaceballs did it first.
And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Screech's portrayal makes sense, as he's done by the most polarizing character in all of Star Wars. No, not Rose Tico, Jar Jar Binks. But Misa confused. If they stripped all the meat from the Miss Bayside episode to cram in their jokes, why give Jar Jar so much padding time? Despite being the supposed star of the episode, the rerun show almost completely ignores him. But let's give him this completely random and nonsensical and time-consuming breakdance sequence. And remember how Screech only offered to show off his skill of drinking a shake through his nose? How about we spend more precious screen time here letting him do just that? Sure, Screech and Jar Jar are annoying characters, but this treatment is asinine. I will say that seeing Dennis Haskins get some screen time warmed my heart. Part of me is bummed that he only stuck to rehashing his role, but the other part of me is grateful he wasn't more involved in the terribler parts. For instance, what's up with this lazy lightsaber fight? These characters wouldn't have lightsabers, and then they use them to kill Jar Jar in the end? I mean, it's not the worst ending, but it also is? Another gripe. In the original episode, Kevin the Robot hits Screech and gives him a black eye. Here, Harry Kelly punches him, but this has nothing to do with the rest of the show. If we're going to do it, it would have been nice to see C-3PO serve that punch, even if there was no payoff. So where does all this leave us? Did the rerun show redeem itself after the disastrous Jesse's Song episode? The answer should be obvious, not by a friggin' mile. Then what's the value here? Because it's not in being a good parody of Saved by the Bell, and it's not in being a good parody of Star Wars. So many of those exist and are butt tons better, like Spaceballs, Weird Al's The Saga Begins, Community, Phineas and Ferb, Robot Chicken, and so many others. For us, as cohorts in this fantastic Deep Dives community, the value is that a viewer heard my lament in the former special, had the means to find this lost turd, and then sent it my way so that we could all get some closure. And I wanted to give the viewer credit, but they declined. So simply and sincerely from all of us, thanks, letter J. The rerun show may be the worst, but you guys are the best. Now, let's move on to a very special episode.